Hello, this is an overview of the online invigilation process for invigilators. The invigilator will need to have the following information from the centre before the day of the exam: the learner name, the exam they've been registered against, which paper they'll be taking, the date and time of the exam, mobile number, email address, candidate number and username and password. The invigilator will need to start by going to the JITC website. Here, they'll need to schedule a meeting by typing a meeting name and creating a link for the meeting ID. They will need to copy and paste the link. The invigilator will now need to set up the email as shown for the learner, with the link to the JITC meeting and a link to the Calibrand test site. The email will include the date and time of the test, and malpractice, maladministration, inquiries and appeals policies. The centre will be able to provide an email template, as shown. The site address varies depending on whether they are completing the security, construction or functional skills tests. The invigilator will send this email to the learner at least 2 days before the exam. At this point, the invigilator needs to ensure they have the correct username, password and candidate number for the learner. For security and functional skills, they need to ensure they have the Invigilator codes too. These can be provided by the centre. On the day of the test, the invigilator will log into the JITC meeting at least 10 minutes before the start time, ready to meet the learner. Ensure your speaker and camera are both turned on and click Join Meeting. As soon as the learner joins the meeting, the invigilator will start recording and inform the learner. To record, click on the 3 dots in the bottom right-hand corner and click Start Recording. A Dropbox notification will appear. Ensure you're signed in and click Start Recording. The invigilator will now need to run the following checks with the learner. Check their ID. Complete a 360 room scan, where the learner will show the invigilator the room and where they are sitting the exam. Ensure the learner does not have their mobile phone or other papers or workbooks with them. The learner will now need to share their screen. Make sure they select Entire Screen and Share. The learner will now need to ensure they turn their camera back on. The invigilator will need to ensure there are no problems with pop-ups. If you do have an issue, please refer to the link in the original email. The invigilator will now check the learner's Bluetooth devices by asking the learner to go to Settings, Devices, and Bluetooth or other devices. They need to ensure there's no other devices such as additional screens or mice that aren't visible on the room scan. The learner will now open the tab with the link already provided in the email for the Calibrand test platform. The invigilator will provide the administrator username, password and candidate number. The learner will now log in and tick the confirmation box. The invigilator will ask the learner if they want to complete a sample paper before starting the test. Once the learner is ready, they need to select Go to Live Exams. The invigilator will help the learner select the correct paper. They will then provide the invigilator code. Just before the learner starts the test, the invigilator will let the learner know that they will turn their camera and sound off as not to disturb them, but the learner can speak out if they experience any system issues or external influences. The learner will type the invigilator code in and start the test. The invigilator will give the learner a 15-minute warning before the test is due to end. Once the learner has finished the exam, the invigilator will advise the learner that the results will be with the test centre within 48 hours. The invigilator will ask the learner to log out of Calibrand before ending the meeting and closing down. For any more information, please don't hesitate to contact NOCN.